In this movie, I'm going to show you two apps I use to square crop my images. The first one is called Anticrop, and it uses content-aware technology to try to fill in the areas. And the second one is called SquareAdy, and if you have the Pro version, it also allows you not only to fill in the background with a color, but to do some serious editing to your photos. So let me show you how these work. I'm going to start with Anticrop. Go out and find an image in my gallery. This is a fairly simple app to use, but a lot of the results depend basically on the kind of photo that you're using. In this particular instance, I have a photo that's a rectangle. If I wanted to place this on Instagram, it needs to be a square. So without using one of these two apps I'm going to show you, your real only option is to crop the photo. So here in Anticrop, I'm just going to grab this top line and move it up. And you can see that as I do this, it starts to build into the background, and it uses content-aware technology. Here it looks great because it's a really neutral photo. A lot of it is going to depend on the type of image that you use. I'm going to drag a little bit on the bottom here as well. So you can see it's doing a pretty decent job, and you can create a square crop this way. Down at the bottom left are your different cropping options that you can use, and on the bottom right is an undo button. It's a pretty basic app. When you click Save, it's going to give you the option to save it out to your library. You can post it right to social media. You can even from here launch it in another app if you want to. So this one is called Anticrop. It's a simple app, but it's definitely one that I use a lot. The second one is called SquareAdy. I'm going to go up here to the top left and pick a photo. So it's allowing me to go to my albums. Just going to go in here and grab a photo to use. I'll try this one. Now my photo again here is rectangle, and I want to pull this into Instagram, so I have to build it into a square somehow. So SquareAdy does allow you to fill in the background with a neutral color, which is great, but it can do a lot more than that. First of all, at the bottom you'll see three icons in the center where you can fill your image. So here it's actually expanding it. You are cropping your image. Here I can fit the width, and it's filling in with the background color, which I can change, and I'll show you that in a minute. And this one will just center it in the middle and fill it with the color all the way around. I typically use this one, but a lot of it just depends on the image. Now, if you want to change the color, you go over to the Home button. Here you can pick a color. Now, I would like an eyedropper here, and I'm hoping to get one in the future. If you can't match the color exactly, I would say don't try. It doesn't look really good to me by using a completely different shade of blue. So if you aren't good with colors, you might be better off just picking a neutral background, something like that. You can also go in here and control if you want to put something around the edge of it, if you want to show a little bit of the diffused photo in the background. And it has some options for that. I typically don't use that. When you're done, click on the photo and it goes back to the home screen. Over here on the right is the Effects button. If I click the word Effects, I have lots of different options here. For example, for frame, if I want to round the edges, and here I can indicate what color I want those edges to be, what color I want to fill that background with. I can also go under the effects and choose, for example, if I want to put a vignette, I can control the vignette. So when you choose it, you're also going to get the option there of using a color. And when you use the vignette, you can also go in and control how that vignette works as well. So for example, if I click in here and choose backlight, I can click on it and then go in here and control how much that backlight works. It's a great, great feature. Now, one other thing you can do to take it even further is you can go back to the Home button, click on this little brush on the side, and it works in conjunction with some other apps. You can open it with Camera Plus or some of the other ones. I'm going to click on Edit in-app Editor. It's asking me, do you want to work with the original or the one that you edited? I'm going to work with the one that I edited. So it's going to launch it in the in-app editor. There's a lot you can do in here. You can rotate your image, you can crop it in here. I click the Enhance button, I can go in and apply some different filters, make it look like day or night if I want to, and I'm going to hit cancel on that one. Under Effects, I have different types of filters that I can apply, very much like ones you would find in other applications, but these are cool. Click Apply to save it. Over here I can adjust the brightness of the image if I want to, add a little warmth to it. I can adjust the sharpness, the focus. I can even put a frame around it. I can splash it with color if I want to. So if I want to use color, want to go in here and add color in, I can. Hit cancel there. So this is a great little app. It's got its own in-app editor. I'm going to go back here to my original. And when I click the save button, I have the option of exporting it to social media, saving it to my photo album, or I can actually open it in another application if I want to. So these are two simple apps that I love called Anticrop and SquareadyPro.